It's 4 o'clock European time, Central European time. Like to welcome everyone to our webinar. My name is Nick. I'm co-hosted here by Henny. We're currently waiting for everyone to join our webinar. There's still a couple people that are trying to join. So we'll wait 1 more minute, and then I will give the word to Henny. Hope everyone has a nice time. Enjoy yourselves. Yeah, I think it's going to be a nice webinar / live demonstration of the Lambda8. Start in about 20 seconds. Let's leave it at that. Then we'll see. Welcome everyone. Also welcome to a couple of our colleagues also. See a couple of colleagues joined from the US, but also from Europe. A couple of people from Asia as well. Very nice. Welcome everyone. All right. I think we can start now, Henny.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Give the phone to you proper.
Very good. Thank you, Nick. Welcome everybody. Yeah, webinar for the Lambda8, the information marking system. Yeah, I know there's a mixture of colleagues and customers, so maybe you'll hear some things that you already know, but I go through it as if you don't know about it. Let me see. Oh, I can't seem to switch to my next page. Ah, there it is. Sorry about that. So I'm going to do a presentation and explaining you a little bit about the Lambda8, what the benefits are, features are, and so on. Nick is the one in charge today, and Neville is going to do the live demo after I've finished my part. I'm from Avis 3G, so we produce the Lambda8, and NBS is a distributor of the Avis 3G products. For you who don't know NBS or Avis 3G, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the company so that you know a little bit about the background. Well, okay, a few standard things. It's being recorded so that you know that personal questions can be answered via email. And you can ask some questions in the chat, which will be answered after the live demo that Neville does. This is about NBS's portfolio. They don't have only have Avis 3G products. They have quite a big range of all kinds of products, equipment, labware. As you can see, the portfolio incorporates quite a lot. And today, of course, we focus on sample management, sample storage, and laser marking in particular. And I think what's also good to know, NBS has its own technical service. So for all the equipment, they have their technical people. So if you have several products from them, equipment from them, you always can turn to one company. So that makes it more convenient. NBS has an international distribution network. You can see on the map which countries they are delivering to and are active in. Already over 20 years of experience. And of course, yeah, they are our distributor in those countries for the Avis 3G products. So what does Avis 3G do? We develop equipment, manufacture it, sell it, and mostly through distributors like NBS. And we do that under our own brand names, which is Avis 3G for recappers, readers, and the laser markers we are talking about today. Hectros is a brand name of ours with a bit of pipette tip filling machine, which is about to be introduced at the moment. And SPL Guard are thawing stations. besides this, we also do 3D printing, CNC milling and lathing, and also OEM products, equipment. Before we go to the Lambda8, I also would like to tell you a little bit about the Lambda768. I assume since you are participating in this webinar that you are not only interested in the Lambda8, but in laser marking in general. The Lambda8 being a manual equipment has evolved more or less from the Lambda768, or in addition to the Lambda768, which is a fully automated system. So the Lambda768 has a rotating table where you can put 96, 48, and 24 format racks on. It can handle all types of different brands with white coatable area, black coatable area. It coats up to 500 tubes per hour. So this is if you have a really high throughput of tubes, this would be more interesting than the Lambda8. It can rotate the tubes and can engrave on both sides of the tube. If one side is already laser coated, it automatically turns to the other side. There's an internal camera for quality control. And you can laser engrave, and that's the same with the Lambda8 as well. You can engrave anything you want. We tend to make the equipment, as AV3G tend to make the equipment so in such a way that it's as flexible as possible. So you can put text on it, images, logos, all kinds of barcodes, QR codes, whatever you want. Also, it's integratable through API, and it offers various connectivity options. It has an internal PC, but you can add an external computer. You can use your LIMS system. You can connect through USB or through TCP, IP, whatever you want. So this is a little bit about, let's say, the bigger brother of the Lambda8. And we go to the Lambda8 itself. Also a reason, what I just mentioned, that the Lambda8 kind of evolved from or is complementary to the Lambda768. We thought next to the Lambda768, which you can laser tubes with. So like I said, fully automated system. It rotates the racks on the rotating table, picks the tubes, brings it to the laser chamber, lasers it, puts it back in the rack. You can put it in different positions than where you took it from. So also a little bit pick and place. So much more extensive than the Lambda8. But we thought that you perhaps might not only want to laser tubes, but also racks. So originally, we wanted to develop a Lambda8 to laser racks, and racks still can be lasered with it, as you will see from Neville in the live demo. But when I spoke to customers about the Lambda768 and the Lambda8, it turned out that there are quite a few laboratories that don't have that high throughput in tubes, and they were more looking for a smaller version of the Lambda668. So internally, I tried to convince my colleagues that the Lambda8, should not only be able to laser mark on racks, but also on tubes. That's the reason we now have two versions. So we have one model that marks both tubes and racks, and a model that's designed only to mark racks. The Lambda8 is compatible with most sizes and formats. It says here that it marks tubes from 0.3 ml to 15 ml. Actually, you also can laser mark any kind of labware with it that you like, as long as it the size doesn't exceed the maximal size that you can laser in the machine, and that it can be not larger than the laser chamber, of course. Which is 115 times 115 millimeters, I think, yeah. So when you laser a rack, you can put one rack in there, or you can put up to 25 tubes in the Lambda8 to laser all at a certain time, at the same time. This depends on the size of the tube. You will see from Neville later on. I think he's going to demonstrate the 6 ml tubes. The 6 ml are, of course, way larger than the 0.3 ones. And of the 6 ml, it will hold 10 tubes on one adapter. You need a tube adapter to put the tubes on. You have to do that manually. Then you put them in the Lambda8 in order to laser them. Also something that Neville will show you later on. It has an intuitive interface for easy setup, operation, and process control. The Lambda8 has a built-in PC, but not a monitor. But I will tell more about that later on. As I already said, with the Lambda768, with the Lambda8, you can engrave all kinds of things that you want: shapes, logos, text, codes, all types of barcodes, QR codes, batch IDs, whatever you want. It's a permanent laser engraving, so it's resistant to chemicals, abrasion, and extreme temperatures. It's actually, more or less resistant to anything, unless you would grind it off the laser marking. These features we looked at, they can be translated into benefits, of course. One is the performance. The Lambda8 is quite fast. Its speed marks with speeds up to 5,000 millimeters per second. This is, I must say, from the laser supplier, so they always get the highest number. So in practice, this will be lower, but still very fast. So this enables efficient sample identification and traceability. It's flexible. It's flexible in different kinds of ways. It's flexible with the labware you want to use. Any labware you have, we can make an adapter for, so that it's as long as it has laser codable areas. They can be white, they can be black, but it needs laser codable areas. And it's also flexible because you can write anything you want on the tubes, or on the labware if you have different types of labware. Besides this, it's not only for the racks, but also for plates. We've tested them also, and they can be very well laser coated with the Lambda8 as well. It's durable. Like I said, the markings are highly resistant to chemical abrasion and extreme temperatures, amongst others. You need to grind it off in order to get it off. So that's also a reason we wanted to do laser marking equipment. We had quite a lot of questions from users that said, okay, I'm using labels now, and they run in all types of different problems. And we wanted to find a solution for that, and laser marking is, I think, the best solution to avoid fading prints or labels getting loose and things like that. It has various connectivity options. So, like I said, available in rack only or tube and rack version, and you get custom adapters. For the racks, you don't need an adapter. You will also see that later on when Neville shows it. It has a fixture inside. And either way you put the rack in there, like portrait or landscape orientated, it will have the correct laser point, and so you don't need anything for that. And if you want to use it for tubes, then we need to make a tube adapter for it in order to get the right position for the lasering. So easy integratable. It's compatible with standard NCS LaserX and existing laboratory workflows, without requiring major process changes. So whatever process you have, you can put it in there. Laser marking is sustainable because you don't need any consumables. No labels or ink or solvents like you perhaps are used to when you label your tubes. So this reduces costs, waste, and also the environmental impact. Laser systems are energy efficient nowadays. So this makes them a more sustainable option than traditional methods. They are much less electricity efficient. Durable. So even if you go over it, it doesn't fade or smudge or whatever. So no need for reprinting. So this also lowers your waste and costs. It has minimal environmental impact. It says laser coating produces no harmful emissions. I have to make a little correction to that because what you do is from the coatable area, it's burned. You burn it so that you get the laser marking. So it does have some emission, but that's the same for all lasers. And there is an air filtration system that will take care of that emission. It's little, but it needs to be filtered. But you have no chemicals and no pollution in that sense. Low maintenance. Laser has a very long lifetime. The Lambda8 has no moving parts in it. So yeah, it's you only have to clean it actually, and that's all. So this lowers your maintenance and also reduces your long-term costs. Some of the key specifications of the Lambda. So you see the size. It's quite small, and we try to keep it as small as possible. That's also why we don't have a monitor in the machine. So you can choose your own. What is supplied is the Lambda768 with a built-in PC, so you don't need an external PC. All the software is already on there. We make the templates for you. We make the tube adapters for you, so it's set to go. There's a keyboard supplied with it. Only we thought it's better that you can choose your own size of monitor, and that you, if we would have built it in there, it would have been much bigger. Much more expensive, and it's much easier for you to buy exactly that monitor that you like. Marking speed, we spoke about that. That is a capacity of 1 SLS rack, or the tube compatibility 0.3 to 15 ml. Like I said, if you have different labware, different sizes, please let us know. We are very flexible, so we can, do almost anything with it. Marking area, I thought it was 150 by 150, but it's 10 by 10 centimeters actually. So that's the largest size you can mark. Temperature resistance has to do with the lasering, not with the Lambda8 itself. And you can see 25, 27, 48 centimeters. So it's doesn't have a large footprint. And it weighs only 13 kilogram. I don't know if you're from Europe or from the States, but the voltage can be from 110 to 230 volts. And it sees it automatically. So what did we solve for you with the Lambda8? We had the features, we had the benefits, and of course, the benefits, they translate in what we have solved for you. So I just spoke about that traditional labels, ink and printed codes can fade, can detach, and I hear a lot about that. A lot of customers saying that this happens and they are looking for an alternative. So, and I think the alternative is there with the laser coding machine, and then the Lambda8 or the Lambda768. So that doesn't become unreadable due to chemicals, abrasion, or extreme temperatures. So you always have your traceability. There's a high consumable dependency and ongoing costs. So you don't have to rely on labels, ribbons, and ink. You don't have to buy them. You simply buy a laser marker, and that's it. And you can laser coat your tubes as long as they have the laser coatable patches, or the hybrid tubes, so to speak, from Mycronic. Those are one of those kind of labware that are suitable for laser marking. Yeah, because you don't have any poor or inconsistent labeling, which can lead to misidentification. You don't have that risk with the Lambda8, and also not with the Lambda768, of course, and laser marking in general. You have no limitation in what you want to write or put on the label. In with conventional methods, you often have that, of course, but yeah, no, we can laser very small. I also get the question quite a lot: how small can it laser? Well, it's so small that's smaller than you can read. So there is not actually a limitation. It's more a limitation of what we as humans are able to read. Okay. Oh, that went fast. That's already my last slide. That means that we go to Neville, and that Neville will give us the live demo and what I just told you about the tube adapters, the lasering of the racks. He will show you, live right now. So Neville, if you can take over, please.
Thank you, Annie. Welcome everyone to the live demonstration. My name is Neville, and today I will be giving you the live demonstration of the Lambda8 laser marking system. But before we begin, let's take a quick overview of everything that's needed to operate the Lambda8. As you can see, the main device is positioned in the center. This is where all the laser marking takes place. Then we will go over to the air filtration system. If we could zoom in on the air filtration system. Please, this unit located on the left-hand side is a compact and quiet air filtration system. Its purpose is to extract the fumes that are generated during the laser marking process. This filtration system contains a replaceable internal filter, and it's connected to the back of the Lambda8 through the white extraction tube that you can see here. If you zoom a little bit further, you can clearly see the tube, which is connected to the rear of the Lambda8. During operation, it continuously removes the fumes created by the laser and directs them into the filtration system. Now let's move on to the main device itself, the Lambda8. The Lambda8 combines a laser marker and an integrated computer into one compact system. On the front, you'll notice the safety door. This door is fitted with a laser-safe viewing glass, allowing you to safely observe the marking process while preventing the laser beam from passing through the glass, which is this. At the back of the device, you will see the cooling fan. The fan starts automatically whenever the Lambda8 is operating and helps direct the fumes towards the air filtration system. Although the Lambda8 has a built-in computer, it does not include an integrated display. That's why we have connected an external monitor using an HDMI cable. You are free to use any monitor or TV you prefer. We've selected this one simply because it's easy for us to read during demonstrations. We've also connected a wireless keyboard that is included with the Lambda8, but you are welcome to use any keyboard and mouse that best suits you for your workflow. On the monitor, you can already see the Lambda8 software, which we will look at in more detail shortly. Before moving to the software, let's take a look inside the machine. We will open the safety door. Inside the Lambda8, you'll find an interchangeable tube adapter that hold different types of tube and labware during the laser marking. Today, I will be using a tube adapter for micronic 6 ml tubes, which is this. Here you can see one of the tubes already in place. The most important thing to remember is that your labware must have a laserable field. This example. That's the white marking area on both sides of the tube. The rest of the tube is transparent. If the laser were to hit a transparent tube section, it would simply pass through the tube and could potentially mark whatever it's underneath. That's why it's essential to always laser on a designated laserable surface. This adapter can accommodate up to 10 tubes, but using smaller tubes allows you to laser even more in one session. Each tube size has its own tube adapter, pre-made by AFIS 3G. The tubes are placed side by side with the caps facing outward. It's also very important to orient each tube correctly, making sure the laserable field facing up towards the laser. Once the tubes are loaded, simply slide the holder into the slot inside the Lambda8. Push it all the way to the back until it can go no further. This ensures the holder to position consistently and accurate laser marking every time. Then simply close the door. Besides individual tubes, the Lambda8 can also laser complete racks and plates. For this demonstration, we will remove the tube holder and insert a complete micronic rack instead. The micronic rack is laserable on all four sides, allowing identification from multiple directions. Simply slide the rack into the machine and push it all the way back until it's firmly seated. Using the software, we can then align the laser precisely with the area we want to mark. Now, let's head on to the software. As you can see, the software used with the Lambda8 is called Lightburn. It comes pre-installed on every Lambda8 system, and we also include a complementary software license. The interface is straightforward and easy to use. In the center, you will see the main workspace. This grid represents the complete laser marking area, making it easy to position your design exactly where you want it. For today's demonstration, we've already prepared a couple of examples and saved them as a project. You can see we have added a company logo, a QR code, and some text. We have a setup of 10 tubes that are laserable, saved as a project file. One of the advantages of the software is that you can prepare and save your layouts before placing valuable samples into the machine. That allows you to verify everything in advance and help you ensure accurate, repeatable laser marking. Now that we have the software interface, let's load one of our pre-configured projects. I simply go to File and then select the template to your liking and then Open. You can also use recent projects, but I personally prefer Open because it allows me to browse through all my saved projects. This opens the standard Windows File Explorer, so you can organize your projects in folders just as you would with any other software. For example, you can create separate folders for different types of labware or different customers, making it easy to retrieve a correct marking layout whenever you need it. For this demonstration, we've already prepared a project for the micronic rack that we just placed inside the Lambda8. Before starting any laser job, it's always important to verify the laser position. To do this, we simply click Frame. If you can zoom in on the Lambda8, you'll be able to see exactly where the laser intends to mark. Occasionally, the laser may enter in standby mode to save energy. If that happens, the framing function won't respond immediately. On the current Lambda8, model, you can reset the laser using the small reset opening on the side of the machine with a pin. On our latest model, that has been replaced with a dedicated reset button, making the process much easier for us. Once the laser is active again, please click frame once again. As you can see, the framing outline appears, allowing us to verify the marking will be placed in exactly the right location before we begin. Now that we have confirmed the position, we're ready to start by simply clicking start. The Lambda8 will now begin laser marking the red. One important setting to remember is laser layer color. For my chronic lab, we'll always select the red laser. When the process is complete, the Lambda8 emits an audible beep. Do not open the safety door until you hear this confirmation beep. The beep indicates that the laser has completely finished operating and it is safe to access the labware. We can now open the door and remove the red. As you can see, the rack has been marked with the AFIS 3G logo, QR code, and the website's address below. The Lambda8 is capable of marking much more than just text. You can laser company logos, images, serial numbers, 1D barcodes, 2D barcodes, QR codes, and virtually any graphic that can be imported into the software. You can import images and barcodes in the Lightburn setting as you desire. Nick will quickly go over that part right now. Nick, the floor is yours.
Perfect. Thank you, Neville. I hope everyone can hear me correctly. I'm quickly going to go over a few of the additional settings of the software, just to give you a small brief idea of what's possible. If we want to place text on our tube, we're going to have to select the text button on the side, and here we can type in anything we like. As you can see, the text is being placed anywhere on the field, and we can move the text using the move tool on any location possible. Well, do know that we have preset already all the settings for your samples ready to go, and we can also help you set up with new templates on the spot. But here's a quick overview of the settings you can adjust. You can also adjust the font, so if you don't like the font, you can change the font up here. You can make the text bold, italic, uppercase, and distort the text as well. And that's just a nice quick overview of the text. Now, if we want to import logos or maybe even icons or anything like that, we're going to have to quickly click on the import button, and here we can select our images. Now, since this one is a little bit too large, I can click on the corner, drag it all the way down, and make it as small as possible, so that the laser will encode any of the images that are currently here. To make sure that the laser lasers this correctly, we have to trace the image, and this is a very nice feature of Lightburn. There's also a lot of tutorials online on YouTube on showing you how to trace images and how to make sure that the laser will recognize the shape that you're trying to burn into your tubes. Once the image is traced, you can go ahead and start the laser process, and it will laser the tubes for you. There's a few more settings in there where you can fine tune in order to make sure that the images are settled correctly. Another one of my favorite tools is the barcode system. If we go to tools, click on barcode systems, we can drag this box, and inside the box, I will move this window away for a second, you can see that the system will try to make a code. Of course, we have 1D codes, which are the regular barcodes that we find on all different kind of products. The data and matrix codes, those are also possible to set on your tubes. And then finally, we also have QR codes and a wide assortment of different codes you can select from. As a demonstration, I will quickly select the barcode, and as you can see, as I type here, pardon me, if I type here, you can see the barcode changes because of the numbers. If we want to show what barcode is with a human readable text below it, you can of course check the box for that as well. So now you have your barcodes on here as well, and you can fine tune the location, the size of your barcodes as well. One final thing I'm going to show you real quickly in the software is how to set up a CSV file. First, we have to find the code for the CSV file, which is a percentage sign and a 0 indicating the row number. And the percentage sign is the code that tells the system that we need to pull it from a certain data sheet. We still have to tell that this text field that we just put in is a CSV file of CSV merged layer, so we have to put in that. And we also have to select which CSV file we want to use. I've prepared two ones, and I'm just going to show you the named version right now. Real quickly, as soon as I click on test, you can see that the current cell and the current row is 0, and it's going to show the first name. And as soon as you click on 1, it's going to show my name, and then a couple of other colleagues are in here as well, but it's just a test that you can see that it actually imports the data from your CSV file. That was it for my part of the live demonstration. I would like to give the floor back to Neville.
Thank you, Nick. We will now switch from rec marking to individual tube marking. The tube should be inserted into the holder with the designated laserable field facing upward toward the laser source. Correct orientation is essential to achieve accurate and consistent marking results. Once loaded, the holder is inserted completely into the Lambda8 until it reaches its mechanical stop, ensuring repeatable positioning within the laser workspace. After closing the safety door, the corresponding tube projects is loaded in the software. As with the rec demonstration, the frame function is used to verify that the program marking position aligns correctly with the tube before initiating a laser process. If the framing function does not respond, first verify that the correct laser layer is selected and confirm that the laser source is active before proceeding with the marking cycle. We will now continue to laser the tube by pressing the start button. Once the machine is ready, you can also see the results of the laser tube. This was the live demo part of the Lambda8. With this, we hope we gave you a nice impression of the system. Henny and Nick will now go over to the question in the Q&A section. I now give the floor back to Henny.
Thank you, Neville. Now I have to get back to my right position. So we have had the live demo from Neville, which looked great, and get to the question and answers. Do you have some questions that came in, Nick?
I'm briefly checking. There's a couple questions here. Does the code also stay on the tube when using solvable materials?
Yes, it does, because like I mentioned, what you do with a laser is you actually burn a little of the laser coatable material, and you can't remove that with solvents. Yeah, unless you use solvents that will dissolve the plastic, but I don't think that's not that's not what you want at all. So with solvents, no, it stays on. It's very resistant for that matter.
I hope that answered the question. I also have another question. Is it possible to laser the tube while it's still frozen?
Yes, you can. You can laser it when it's still frozen. That's no problem. What it does with condensation, or I hope there's no ice or some things like that on the tube. That would be very bad, of course. So, but if it's normally frozen, then that's no problem. You can laser a frozen tube. Yeah.
Also, and there's one more question. Is the filter inside the filtration system easily replaceable?
Yes, it is. It's from the top. You can push it on the side and then take it out. Then you take the filter out. You get the new filter, put it in, put the lid back on, and that's it.
Clear. I think that's it for the questions
Okay.
so far. Yeah, I think if any of the questions are coming in still, please place them in the Q&A chat, and we'll be able to answer them while we do the outro of the live demonstration. Yeah, and then I would like to give the floor back to Henny, of course, doing the outro.
Yes, thank you. So yeah, thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something, and that we were able to make you interested more in the Lambda8 than you were. If you have any questions, like Nick said, please direct them through the chat or through the email. And it is known, Nick, which email address to use, because here is the website, and of course I think people can fill out the form there as well.
Yeah, correct. So you can use either the email on the designated website for your country, or you can write us at info@mbsscientific.com.
Okay, very good. Then I think that's all for now. So thank you again. Have a nice day, and hopefully we'll see you soon.